Today I'm going to show off the best 10 watches for under £300. Let's get into it! Yes, and welcome to the Mad Watch Collector Show. So yes, 10 watches, well under £300, I think you should take a look at. And this is going to prove today you can find an absolute banger of a watch without paying silly money. Now I'm going to do this 10 using the help from Joma Shop. Yeah! And all 10 picks today you're going to find on their website right now. They always offer the best prices. That's due to them not being an authorized dealer of any brand, but you do get a 2 years warranty with Joma Shop's watchmakers. The only thing you have to pay attention of is the import tax, because if you're not from the US, you're going to have to pay whatever the rate is in your country. Anyway, let's see some great watches, shall we? Are you top 10 ready? Let's go! Okay, so this list is not in any price order, nor in a favourite order.
They're all my favourites.
But the first one is a watch I reviewed not long ago, the SNX S79K1. This is one of the old school Seiko 5s. You can tell by looking at the badge on the dial. Even though you can buy these watches new, Seiko have discontinued them, and for $114 you can get yourself an absolutely beautiful watch. It's the dial of this watch that really makes it look more pricier than it is. The bracelet is comfortable, it's not refined in any way, it's got a 7S26 movement inside, and it's just the perfect watch for wearing every day. 37mm in diameter, just 12mm thick, hard legs protecting the dial. For anyone looking at their first automatic watch, this one's a great start. Next up, another Seiko. Now, I've had Seiko chronographs in the past, and I think these are kind of sleeping giants. There is a lot of value to be had in these references. Different colors, different sub-dial shapes, and very thin, around 12mm thick. But I'm going to give you the SSB427P1. Love the blue color on the dial. Love the two white sub-dials with the blue one at the bottom. Bracelet is nice and fancy. It's not going to be fantastic, but this watch looks far more expensive than the $129 price tag. It does have a hard Lex crystal protecting the dial, but this watch is water resistant to 100 meters. Again, a great everyday watch with a quartz movement that is gonna keep on ticking for at least 4 or 5 years. Number 3, and it's gonna be a Citizen. Not many Citizens I like, I've got to be honest. The only brand that can make a busy watch look boring. However, I've reviewed a couple of their icons, the Promasters, the rivals to the SKXs, and in 2024 there is a lot of value in these watches. You can get yourself the BN0150-10E. This is the Eco Drive version, so quartz again, but quartz that isn't going to run out ever. This is also a big beast at 44mm in diameter. With the short lug to lug though, pretty much any wrist is going to be able to wear it. I decided not to choose the bracelet just because the bracelet is a little bit rubbish. This is another one of those watches that look far more expensive than the price tag. Next up, a watch from Bulova. Yes, the VW1 Special Edition Hack. This is a great little do-it-all 38mm watch from a brand with a great reputation. I do love that big crown at 3 o'clock. This is automatic. Houses the Bulova Caliber 8S20, which is basically a Miyota 8000 series. 42 hours power reserve. It's got a domed mineral crystal. The only thing I'm not a fan of is the water resistance at only 30 meters, but I see this as a rough and tumble field watch for exploring, mountaineering, and for $219, I think it's a great watch. Next up, what else? The Orient Ray II. I've been promoting this watch for 4 years now. A great looking diver with its own personality and character. 200 meters water resistance. Its own in-house automatic movement. I'm not a fan of the bracelet, so I chose this rubber strap. However, that rubber strap is only good for the bin. Whip that off. Get your favorite NATO or rubber strap on it. It's still great value for money.
Could you just click that like button, please? It really helps the channel. Thank you.
Next up, Casio. Yes, the GW9400, otherwise known as the Rangeman. Now, I absolutely love this watch. It's proper retro digital, looks like the face of Optimus Prime, has a digital compass, barometer, altimeter, built like a brick house and ready for absolutely anything. I wear this watch a lot. Get yourself a G-Shock Legend. Next up, Timex. And the Q reissue series have been coming up with some beauties. And I give you the Q Chronograph. This watch looks like it was ripped straight from the 70s.
And given to you in the nowsies.
Love the big chronograph pushers on the right, as well as the off-white subdials. The case is proper 70s. It's a quartz, battery powered, and I love the little battery hatch in the case back. 40 millimeters in diameter, 13.5 mil thick, 18 millimeter lug width. I think this is a winner. Next up, another Seiko, and one that I've reviewed, SRPG29. The pilot stroke field watch for everyday wear. There's something very sporty about this blue dial, and I just love the solid feel and look of this case. Although the bracelet isn't something to shout about, it's still very comfortable. Day and date complication, automatic movement, hacks and hand winds, 100 meters of water resistance. This is another good shout.
Take two.
Let's see a little more originality, shall we? Next one, a Seiko 5 Sports. Now, I know I've said in the past that any watch with an SKX case since the discontinuation of the SKX is an abomination. This next one is pretty cool, and it's the special edition SRPK67K1. How cool is that, eh? The bezel has this checkered flag going on in the insert. I love the black dial, reminiscent to the 70s, especially with that big silver frame date window. Love the blue minute plots, and just a very cool looking Seiko. In-house hand winding and hacking, 4R36 automatic movement, 42 millimeters in diameter, but we all know with these SKX cases, they're gonna fit any wrist. And for anyone that's after a sporty, reliable Seiko that looks pretty cool, this is a great shout. Last but not least, a jelly Casio. Yes, I'm a big fan of the DW6900. They've been churning these babies out since the 90s, and I've always wanted a jelly version. You know, think of it as like a transparent G-Shock. But this is the DW6900 SK-1DR. 3 years battery life, stopwatch, countdown timer, and alarm. But you've got that G-Shock treatment with 200 meters of water resistance. Buy it! So there we go, 10 great watches, all well under £300, I think would look great on you right now. We had mechanical, quartz, analog, digital, from big brands as well. I'd love to know your favourite watch under £300 you can find on the Joma Shop website, and then stick it in the comments below. Your input is just as important as mine. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Look out for the next Top 10 Watches show, because I'll be doing my under £750. We can really get stuck in then. Thanks for watching till the end. If you want a bit more The Mad Watch Collector, click there and join. But if I've got you for a few more minutes, why don't you click here? Oh, this was just one of my favourite shows of doing, you know. The time it took to make was quite something, and it's worth a look. Go on, click it, click it, click it.